Hello everybody and welcome back to Part B, question number 1 on the 2015 CSMC, the Canadian Senior Math Contest, sorry. And question 1, these are the first of the written questions. There's 3 of them on this contest. And they're great practice for things like the Euclid or the Fryer, Galois, Hypatia, although frankly the Fryer and the Galois are easier than this contest, so maybe they make good practice for the Canadian Senior. Question number 1. The line y equals 2x plus 4 intersects the x-axis at r, as shown. Incidentally, because we have it written in y-intercept form, we can actually tell that r is going to be at 0, 4. Because we got plus 4 here. The second line, parallel to the x-axis, this one here, is drawn through P at P0, so we don't quite know where P is, but we do know that P is greater than 0, so it's on the right-hand side, it's positive x values. These two lines intersect at Q. Determine the length of OR, that is O is the origin here. OR, okay, well, it's written in y-intercept form, so we'll make a note of that, and then we'll say that we can just quite calculate it. So since y equals 2x plus 4 is written in y-intercept form, as opposed to the other forms like standard form or x-intercept form, we see r is at 0, and the y-coordinate is going to be 4. The distance OR is then just the y-coordinate 4. So that would be our final answer for part A. We've explained it. We know what the coordinates of R are, and that's likely what they're looking for. And it's just the difference in the y-coordinates, but the origin has no y-coordinates. It's just 0. Okay. So that was A. B. Determine the coordinates of point Q in terms of P. All right. This shouldn't be that bad either. Q lies on the line x equals p, not y equals p. I was going to say y equals p, but that would be a horizontal line, and this is clearly a vertical line, so x is equal to p. We can even see this because it passes through the point p at p0. So x has got to be p, and the y's can vary. So it has x coordinate of p. It also lies on y equals 2x plus 4. So its y-coordinate is, well, y is equal to 2p, because that's the x-coordinate plus 4. So Q is at P 2P plus 4. And that's all they asked for B, right? Determine the coordinates of point P in terms of, determine the coordinates of point Q in terms of P. There we go. So, if P is equal to 8, determine the area of OPQR. Okay, we got a quadrilateral here. There's a lot of right angles in this quadrilateral, and I bet if we take R and draw a line parallel to the x-axis, we'll split it into a right angle triangle and a rectangle, and those are things that are a lot easier to find the area of. Alternatively, we could use, it's a trapezoid too, height p, and we know the base and the height, so that's not a bad idea either. I think I'll go with the trapezoid method. Let's draw my picture. They took the time to tell us that QP, that's on a line that's parallel to the x-axis, which is OR. So I make the note OR is parallel to PQ. So OPQR. There we go. Get the order right. OPQR is a trapezoid. Okay, this we got some lengths here. We know that this one is 4, thanks to part A. We know that this length here is 2p plus 4, thanks to part B. This is p right here, and that's the height, and we don't need any other piece of information. Because if you have a trapezoid, you know A and B, the length of the two parallel sides, and you know h, the height, it's A plus B over 2 times h is the area. And you can even draw this little picture in when you're doing the question. That way the marker knows that you know the formula. So the area of OPQR is, well, what's our A? It's 4 plus 2p plus 4 all over 2 times our height, which is p. And we can simplify that a little bit. We'll get the 2p and the 2 cancel out. We'll get p, and then we have 2 4s, but we divide that by 2, and we'll get another 4. We get a p here, so it's p squared plus 4p. But they said p is going to be equal to 8. So now we have a general formula. That way, in case in part D they ask us to use this, we have a general formula. So for p equals 8, this is 12 times 8, 96. Okay. And now D. If the area of OPQR is 77, determine the value of P. Well, great, we have a formula for the area of OPQR. So it pays to be general. So from C, we know the area is P squared plus 4P. So we just set 77 equal to P squared plus 4P. We can rearrange that. P squared plus 4P minus 77 is equal to 0. You can get the quadratic formula out if you want to. Although really we're looking for two numbers that differ by 4 multiply to negative 77. Wait a minute, something's not right here. Why is this minus 77? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, two numbers that differ by 4, and sorry, I was thinking that they'd both have to be negative 7 and negative 11 or something like that. No, it's going to be plus 11 and P minus 7. If I'd just done the quadratic formula, I wouldn't have had to hesitate there. But yeah, so we factored it out. 11 times plus 11 times negative 7 is negative 77, and when we add those two, we get a plus 4. So this all works out. So P is either negative 11, but P is supposed to be greater than 0, so that doesn't work. So P is equal to 7. There we go. So I think D was all we had. So yeah, that's it. So question 1, that wasn't that bad. Usually I find that A1, A2, A3, and then B1, they tend to go in that order. Then you'll have A4, and then A5 or B2, one or the other, and then typically A6 and then B3 in terms of hardness. So you should definitely, even if this is your first time trying it, if you do the first couple questions, jump down and take a look at part B, question number 1, because it's often fairly simple. It's just the challenge for B1 is, can you write out a coherent and justified solution? But nothing in there was particularly hard, and it's a senior paper. This is grade 9 level material, at least last time I checked. Anyways, that's question number 1. We'll do question number 2 in the next video. Feel free to leave any comments or subscribe or anything else you'd like to do. Throw a like on the video if you liked that question. I certainly liked it. Nice and simple. And we'll take a look at B2 in the very next video.